Alright, this is the Sog Trident Tanto with the digital camouflage finish. If you were a subscriber, you've probably already seen the review on this before, and you're probably wondering why I'm doing it again. The main reason is that that one was partially an understatement. You know, it didn't show a lot of the things that I wanted to show. Let me just adjust this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try to tell/show you that in this video. I am going to go over the things that I already went over in the other one, so people who haven't seen the other one will still know what I'm talking about. But yeah, again, this is the Sog Trident Tanto. The Tanto blade, for those of you who don't know what it is a straight blade, and then it goes up, I'd say, I don't know what angle, but you can see for yourself there. It doesn't go straight up, but it goes up at an angle, still keeping it straight. And this is Aus 8 knife. It is an Aus 8 knife blade, which is a mixture between iron and carbon. It's a pretty high quality steel, not low. It's probably a little more on the high side than medium size even. But anyways, it has a arc lock. They Sog labels this as the Arc-Actuator, but what it does is, after a certain point, about right there, the knife springs open without you doing anything. So all you have to do is put enough force for it to open at this angle, and it'll just spring open. Has a very nice fast deployment. And then to close it, you just push this down and close it. It's pretty easy, except this is still easy. They just had a problem with the closing. It's nice and smooth, smooth, and then right here it starts resisting like a lot. And I know it's not a this in particular knife that's doing it, because I have a friend who has the exact same knife, only it's the black handle with the satin finish knife blade. I'll get to colors and camos in a minute. And he said the same thing happens to his. So, you know, I don't know if that's just the way it is with the Arc-Actuator, or if it's something that they messed up on. But yeah, right here it's nice and smooth, and then right there it just gets harder to close. I don't even know if that is a safety issue. You know, to me it makes it sound, or it makes it seem less safe, but I don't know if they put it on there to try to make it more safe. Excuse me. But it also has a safety right here. Focus right there. If you see the little red, just like a gun safety, that means that the safety is off and the knife can be flicked open, as previously seen. But when it's flicked up, there's no red, just black, just like a gun safety, and it can't be flicked open. It's locked. Now, I think Sog intended that to be used for like biking, backpacking, hiking, anytime where you're not going to have it in your pocket and you're going to be carrying it in some kind of a pouch or pack. And if it's jostling around, all it would have to do is open up to a small point, and then after that it's just going to flick all the way open. And this knife being incredibly sharp, it's razor sharp, you know, you reaching into that pack not knowing that it's open, you're probably going to cut yourself. And just to show you that it's razor sharp, you know, I've seen some blades cut better, but right there you can tell it's hard to see it on the black blade, but you can still see it. And it goes through a cryogenic or cryogenic, I think it's cryogenic process. And what it is they slowly lower the temperature down to negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and then slowly bring it back up to room temperature, which hardens the blade and makes it more resistant to wear. And so far that's worked out pretty good. I've used it a good amount of times, and it hasn't worn down at all. I haven't had to sharpen it. As you just saw, it was still razor sharp, and it cuts hair. Now on the ergonomics on it, This is a Zytel handle, which is basically, you know, it's plastic. But I've had some different people say things about that are bad and good. In my opinion, I don't care. I'm pretty flexible when it comes to knives because, you know, I don't really, or at least the handle, because, you know, on here, it's not going to slip out of your hands, especially when you have it wrapped around. I don't think there's any material other than maybe ice that would do that, so I wouldn't worry about it. They have this cool pattern in it, and what that does is it lets you get a little more traction on the knife blade, or not the knife blade, the knife handle, and it feels really comfortable. Comfortability is probably 9.5 out of 10, maybe 10.10, or 10 out of 10. I can't talk today. But anyways, it has 2 finger grooves right there, which again, I don't really care, but it does kind of make it a little easier to grip. And then it has the serrations, small serrations, plain, and then more serrations. And then on the top of the blade, these serrations are pretty nice. They allow for good thumb digging. You can get some pretty good traction on it. Now, going back to the my friend who has the satin finish blade, when they polished the satin, they you know, kind of polished this down, which made it a little less like, if you see there, they're kind of like mountains and spikes on the top. It rounded it over a little more, so you couldn't get quite as much traction on the top of the knife. And a lot of the times I don't even use that. I just use this right here and just cut it, but sometimes I will do that. So if you guys really care about that, I wouldn't suggest getting the satin finished one. Now, the Trident Tanto, which is this one right here, comes in less camouflage than the normal Trident, which is a drop point blade, compared to this, the Tanto blade. And the drop point blade is, I had a picture but I can't show you now. It goes basically straight and then curves. Instead of just going straight up, it goes straight curve. And I kind of like the Tanto a little better. The Tanto's a little more ideal for penetration, so it's a little more of a tactical knife. But anyways, the Trident Tanto comes in the digital camouflage as seen here, digital with the black blade. And it also has a black handle with a black blade. They call it black tinny or tiny something. It's T-I-N-I. The T and the I, or T and the N, are both capitalized. Don't know what the significance of that is. But and then there's the normal satin finish, which is just the black handle with the silver blade. And the Sog Trident, normal, not the Tanto, comes with all the colors of the Tanto that I just told you, but it also has tiger stripe, desert camo, monogram, and I think that's the only other colors that they have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only colors that they have other than this. And the desert camo, you guys probably know, I can't really describe that for you. The tiger stripe is a mixture between white and black, and parts of it are gray, so it's like striped. And then monogram is like a blue and black blade, and it says Sog, 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 Sog everywhere. That's usually the most expensive. And sorry I'm talking so fast, but I gotta try to get this under 11 minutes so that I can get it onto YouTube. And there's a lot to go over. So that brings me to the groove. What the groove is good for is cutting rope, fishing line, paper. People have told me you can cut seat belts with it, like for a rescue operation. And you know, envelopes, whatever can fit in the small groove there, which is only about a half a centimeter to a centimeter wide. So you can't fit your finger in there. You're not going to cut yourself on it, but it still allows for cutting without opening the knife blade. Yeah, I'll have to test the seatbelt myth there for you and see if that works. But until then, I can't really give you that much information about it. And then it has a normal lanyard hole. Now, moving on to the pocket clip. Pretty good design as far as the just going up and then straight down with a lip. and it has Sog engraved onto it. But what I noticed when I first got this, the pocket clip was incredibly stiff, and I had to work it in a lot just for it to go in my pocket. And then for a while I had to use one hand to hold the pocket and the other hand to slide it through. But now, after about, I don't know, 4 months, I think, 2 months, 4 months, somewhere around in there, it's pretty easy now. But running close to my stop time, so I'll have to stop here. So there you have the Sog Trident Tanto.